Hey YouTube, what's up? You know, it's 3 a.m. right now. Every weekend, for the past 2 weekends, maybe 3 weekends, I've been having this motivation to like get a lot of exercise in on the weekend. I didn't really do it last weekend because I took on a little project, not work related, but it's a little project that used a lot of my energy up, so I was really tired. And then I got lazy, but I wake up 3 a.m. and it's like I'm ready to go. And I look outside and I start thinking, I start doing calculations like, what time can I go out, start walking? Or what time should I go to the gym? Or should I do some home workouts? Or, I start thinking like that. And I love it because I remember December, right? December was like a really dark month for me, like really dark. And I just remember in December, all my motivation and all my drive was like gone. It was like completely wiped. And because of the way I was eating in December, it wasn't going to come back. It didn't really come back until I changed how I was eating. And I feel like sometimes when you eat that, what do they call it, comfort food, it like puts you in like this state where you just think about doing what you want to do versus what you need to do. You feel me? And what I needed to do was exercise and eat right. But every day I would wake up with no motivation or drive to do that. Like I wake up and I do work and shit like that. But as far as like, work is productive definitely. But as far as like self improvement, I wasn't taking any steps. That drive was just like shot. But I wanted it. But it wouldn't be until I ordered a meal until I realized that I started off the day wrong. For some reason, when I would wake up in the morning, no matter what I would write down, no matter whatever sort of reminder I put on my phone that I got to get up bright and early and get to it, I wasn't able to get up until like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. And then by that time, I start working. And then once it hit midday, like the cravings would come. I give in. And it was just like a vicious cycle like that. And I would end the night off bad too. But now, I wake up early in the morning. And the first thing I think about is like working out. I'm calling it working out, but really, it's like my body just wants to get moving. Well, it's like mentally, my mental is telling my body, hey, let's get moving. My body might not necessarily be ready, but that's where the stretching comes into play. And I think it's so funny, man. Every time I increase the weight that I do, for my, what do you call this thing? My curl bar or whatever, I don't care if I increase that thing 5 pounds. Once I increase it past my warm-up weight, it's like within a week, I get some sort of injury, yo. And I've been stretching, so it's kind of weird. And this injury is so weird, I don't even know if I don't like calling it an injury. Let's just call it a pain or a strain. It's so weird. It's like it's in my upper back, right? And I never had a pain here before. And it's been sitting there for like 1 week consistently. It's not going away. Sometimes if I lay down for a while, it seems like it has subdued. But once I start getting moving again, I start to feel it. And it's not like really, really painful, but it's not something you would want to work out on, right? But something I told myself when I started all this year, I said, yo, if I injure my upper body, well, my lower body still work, right? So we're going to get it in. If I injure my lower body, well, my upper body still work, right? So we're going to get it in. And that's how I feel. Uh, I don't think it's that bad, and I really don't know the cause of it. I'm going to blame it on the working out, we'll say the weightlifting, you know, but I know I've been taking it light. Even though I've increased the weight, I know I've been taking it light. So it's kind of weird. But I had to slow down on the weights this week. I didn't want to. I still wake up every morning ready to go, but I don't want to actually get injured. So 30,000 steps. That's what I want every weekend. The first weekend I do it will be the beginning of a new thing, but this weekend, my mindset is like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I might do it. But the problem is with me, I want to do it outside. And I don't know if I'm ready to embrace this weather, but it's about to warm up. So if I don't start it now, definitely in March. You know, I could go to the gym and get on the treadmill for like 2 hours or something every day, but I don't know. Something about treadmills. I just rather walk with that freedom outside, you know. But yeah, 3 a.m. is back, you know. That spirit in me is back. And it's not like this every day, I won't lie. But I would say 5 out of 7 days, I wake up 3 a.m. and I'm ready to go. And I think a lot of it has to do with the diet, you know, how I'm eating. Even if I eat heavy, this heavy is much different than the old heavy, you know. This heavy is just like I ate late, you know. Like yesterday, I ate at 7 p.m. for the first time in that day. It was 7 p.m. I finished by 8 p.m. That was all I ate. You know, I had like 2 pounds of turkey breast with a little bit of vegetables, you know. And it was filling. Honestly, after 1 pound, I was full. But one thing I try and do is that, okay, let's say I set my target at 1,800 calories for the day. Like that's like the average I want to be at, right? If I'm at like 800 calories, I try and force myself to eat. That way I won't binge the next day. I try and just eat balanced no matter what. And even if I do 30,000 calories today, maybe, and I doubt it. I said 30,000 calories. I meant to say 30,000 steps. Let's say I do 30,000 steps a day. Maybe, just maybe, I might say I'll have 3 pounds of meat today. Or maybe I'll still eat 2 pounds of meat, but um, I might have some avocado or some tuna, you know, something that's kind of out of the ordinary. If the hunger really kick in, you know. Yeah. Well, I'm not usually hungry at 3 a.m. There's no crazy cravings or anything like that. Usually when I wake up around this time, I think about taking a drive. I think about working out. I think about self-improvement type shit, like I'm studying some let's just say some IT shit. I don't even want to get into it, so I ain't gonna say what I'm studying, but I'm studying some shit, you know, and that's like one of the things I want to do this weekend. And this is like a perfect time to start studying, but it's like I worked till like 9, 10 p.m. last night, so it's like I'm forcing myself to take a break before I hit the books, you know. But definitely today and this weekend, I might spend like 8 hours studying, depending on how much work I have to do as well. So you know, I'm happy that the motivation has came back and the drive has came back. I have the desire and I'm persistent and it's yielding results. The funny thing is, like, when I start losing weight, it's hard for me to take a pause and to like be happy with where I got to. Like, you know, I don't think I really talked about it in the last video, but yeah, in 2024 so far, I've lost, around 40 pounds. I don't know. I don't like to glorify the number because it's really proportionate to my size, right? If I'm over 400 pounds, it shouldn't be that hard to lose 40 pounds if I have a very strict and controlled approach to weight loss, right? Where I'm doing time restriction, diet restriction, calorie restriction. It's going to be fast like that. It's strict, but it's kind of like a natural diet for me, because I almost never eat before 12. That will change though if I work out very early. But then if I eat earlier, I'll stop eating earlier too. You know what I'm saying? Or I might not stop eating earlier, but I'll eat whatever I was gonna eat that day over a course of time. So I try not to increase my load of what I'm eating. I try not to increase it too much. But there's definitely those days where I increase it because the hunger is just there. You know. But if I was doing daily weigh-ins, I would fight through that hunger, and I just would definitely stop at whatever numbers I set. But I'm trying not to be that strict. That way I stick to it. Some of the people I talk to about my diet, they be like, "You eat that every day?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they be like, "I don't know how you eat that every day." And it's weird because I don't think of it like that. And you know what's crazy? When I used to eat chicken and fries every day, no one says, "You eat that every day?" I don't know how you eat that every day. It's because what I'm eating looks boring. Now people say, "How do you eat that every day?" It's funny. But boring does not mean it's not delicious. If you could taste what I was eating, you would get it. You would get it. And because of what I'm eating, it's like it's hard to imagine eating the way I'm eating and then throwing in the junk. It just doesn't go together. So with how I eat, I'm more likely to stick with um, healthier choices. We call it healthier choices. I don't like to call it like a clean diet because I think all food is just food, and it's just like people make bad decisions. So people make bad choices, but I don't think food could ever really be bad. It's all about eating in moderation. But when you're the way I am, it's hard to moderate. So I chose to abstain, and it's a very hard approach. But once I learned about it, I probably learned about it in 2021, 2022. I started to realize that I'm probably going to have to adopt it at some point. I started to realize that I was going to have to adopt it at some point. So, you know, it was just a matter of when. And unfortunately, it took me reaching, my original weight or getting close to that original weight that I started my weight loss journey with in 2019. It took me getting to that point before I finally said, all right, enough is enough. When the better weather comes and the invites come, hey, let's go out, that'll be another test. It's not like I'm not being tested right now, but that will be another test. But for now, the part of the test that's the struggle is the exercise portion. And the craziest thing about this exercise shit, I'm not actually doing it saying, let me exercise more so I can lose weight faster. It's just that I know that I need it. I just think that the human body, like, we're made to be moving and shit. We're not really made to sit down all day. You know what I'm saying? We're made to be moving a lot. And it's like when I reach a certain point health wise, that natural instinct tells me, let's go and do something. Like let's go and do something. Like let's go and do something. Like I don't want to just be sitting down all day. You know, like really, I turn on my TV only when I don't have the, what do I want to call it? I don't have, let's say, the confidence to go outside and be productive outside. That's when I sit down in front of the TV or in front of the phone screen or in front of the computer all day, you know. But naturally, that's not me. You know, naturally, that's not me. I'd rather choose outside every time, you know. So yeah, that's where I'm at though. I'm still so tempted to say, oh, in today's day, blah, 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 water fast, but it's not, you know. I'm still trying very hard to not water fast right now. I just want to practice a nice balanced diet. And if I ever do employ water fasting, I want to break my fast with this same diet and just continue with this diet. I don't want to break a fast, eat some junk, because then it's very hard to stop eating the junk, you know. So before I water fast again, if I water fast again, I just want to make sure it's ingrained in me that this is the way I eat from now on. But I'm also paying attention to my body and making sure my body is not missing something, you know. It's not like missing something, like, oh, it's missing some nutrients or something, like, you know what I mean? Because with these pains I be having and shit, when I eat this way, I wonder sometimes, it's like, am I missing vitamin B or something? Am I missing like magnesium or something? Am I missing zinc or something? Because like for the past week, I've been feeling pretty shitty, but not shitty enough where I don't want to do anything. I just feel like in my body, like my upper back, and then I be having hunger pain. Like I don't have cravings really anymore, but I have hunger pain. I just feel it in my stomach, and I'll feel it. And then when I eat, you know, it'll go away for like an hour or two, and then it just comes back, and it's just like this. It's not really a pain. It almost feels like a craving, but it's not a craving because I don't want nothing. Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm going through, but I think it's natural. Just gotta give it some time, let my body settle in, and you know, I'm gonna reevaluate in March. But I've consistently ate the way I wanted to eat in this month of February. I'm happy about that. And y'all might not hear from me till March, but when you don't hear from me, it no longer means something bad is happening. It might just mean I'm grinding and I don't really got nothing new to say or update. It's your boy, the American African. Thanks for rocking with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.